Good morning. Waiting for some people to get on here. I'm outside trying not to freeze. The weather changed here today and actually overnight. It's been so nice here for probably too long into December, so we were lucky. I am going to do a porch tour this morning, so I just want to get a few more people on and doing the porch tour, and then if I can make it work, it's kind of rainy here, so I wanted to show you how to use spray flocking. I have some grass that I cut down from behind our house, the field behind our house, and I wanted to do some spray flocking on it, but it's rainy here, so I'm going to try to make it work. If it doesn't work, then I will share it when it's not raining. I told Jason this morning that every time I do a Facebook live outside, it's crazy weather, so I don't know, it's not meant to be. So we'll get a few more people on. I'm just curious how many people decorate their porches for different holidays. You can drop your answers in a comment. I do more here than normal than I did ever before at our old house. We just had like our front steps and that was it. Hi Katie, thanks for joining. But here we have like a larger porch, so I do feel the need and the desire to decorate it more, but I tried to this year use just what I had. The only thing that I bought, I'm looking right now, is a rug, and I bought some trees off of Facebook Marketplace so that I can use them for years to come. So I don't feel too badly about that. Some greenery. That's a lie. I bought some greenery at the Christmas tree farm, but we go there every year and I do like supporting those small businesses. So, okay, I'm just going to turn the camera around and kind of show you maybe the porch. So I don't know, put my hood up, it's raining. I don't know if you remember when I shared, I made this tree out of a tomato cage and I spray painted it white because I didn't want it to show through. And then these are just actually lights from the thrift store. They are icicle lights, which at first I didn't realize, and I was upset that I didn't pay attention to that, but I actually really like the way that they fill this out better. So that is my tomato cage tree. I might make a few more next year just because I really like the way they look and they're super inexpensive. And then I just put this scarf around in the dirt. This is like a blanket scarf. I thrifted it. It's nothing special, but it sort of covers up there, especially since we don't have any snow yet. It's just ugly dirt underneath. So this is the grass that I want to do the spray flocking on. I cut this from, we have like an easement behind our house and there's like a drainage area, and this was growing up by it. So I cut this down for the fall porch, and actually I got this basket off of the curb. You can tell it's not perfect, but it was free and it works and it's outside, so I don't care so much. So I'm going to try to do spray flocking on this. If it doesn't work, I'll come on another day and show you that. Here is our front porch swing. My mom's husband Ken made this for us, and I just think it's really beautiful, and we always get a lot of compliments on it. I wanted to hang it with rope. That was not something he had ever done before, so that was an interesting thing to do, but I love how it turned out. It's a little creaky and we question every time we sit in it, but it's totally fine. It's just the sounds of the rope and the swing. So this blanket, I always thrift linens for outside because they're out in the elements and they can have holes in them. I don't care. It's going to be covered. So this blanket is from the thrift store. I got this Merry and Bright pillow from Aldi last year. I think it was like $7 maybe. And then this striped, black and white striped pillow, I bought several of those at Home Depot 2 years ago. Excuse me. And I use them all the time. Then the window box up here, I thrifted actually the window box itself, and the two white trees are thrifted as well. And then the berries and the pine cones I pulled out of we had baskets from Costco last year. They're holiday baskets. Hi Jill, thank you for joining. So I just saved those out of the baskets last year when they were done because I knew that I would use them. So I really like how this turned out. It's the perfect little touch. And then down here, this is the rug right here that I purchased recently. I got it at Five Below. I think that's what it's called. I bought 2 of them because they're the perfect colors. So for $5, that is a pretty good deal. I wanted a new welcome mat, but I didn't want to spend the money on it, and I need to clean this one. It still has dirt on it. So that works, and I will buy a new one next year. Had this little piggy guy forever. And then the Crocs, I have several Crocs. Jason and I went out a couple weekends ago and foraged driftwood at Saylorville Lake here close to us to fill up the Crocs. And then I didn't want to spend money on birch logs. I'm cheap, and this was absolutely free. I filled it up with some of the greens that I got at the tree farm. And then I really wanted some of those, red branches that sort of pop out from the holiday arrangements. But I didn't want to buy them, so I spray painted some, and I think they worked out great. They give some color, and it fills out really nicely. Both of these lanterns are thrifted, which I'm super impressed with. This one I thrifted from Goodwill. I spent more money on that than I normally would, but it's huge. And then this one I bought from somebody here locally for $5, including the candle. Thank you, Penny. I love the Crocs too. I think they're a lot of fun. And I'll take you around if it's not raining too hard to see the bigger ones that I did. So then I bought these 2 trees from someone here on Facebook Marketplace, and I sprayed them with flocking. They have lights on them that do not all work. So I'm just not going to mess with the lights this year. Maybe next year I'll pull them off and restring lights, but I just didn't mess with it. You can't really tell, and I'm not too worried about it. You can see the flocking right there. I need to brush off. I purchased these urn planters several years ago. They're really light is the only thing that I don't super love about them. I like it in that I can move them easily, but also they blow over really easily. So I've thought about putting maybe some concrete in the bottom, just mixing some up so that they would stay a little bit better. But this way, I was always buying the little trees from Hy-Vee, I think, and they were like $25 or $30 each. So I was spending that every year and just really didn't want to be doing that every year. So that's why I invested in these trees. They have stakes that stake down into the dirt, and then the trees go down into that. So then over here, I just have more of the jugs, put some greenery in there. I have another lantern that I need. I have another candle, I just need to stick it in there. And then you can see here's another one of those arrangements with the red sticks. Then this was Jason's grandma's sled. She had it at her house, and I got it when we were cleaning some stuff out of the garage. And I added the ice skates, which I thrifted, some greens in the ice skates, and then this scarf. I have several of them. I got them at Dollar Tree a couple years ago, and we used them on our Christmas tree and on our front porch last year. So I'm just trying to reimagine them in a different way. And one of those ways is I made a wreath out of them. So this is just a foam wreath form, and I wrapped these scarves around, wrapped another one around, and sort of super glued it in the back, or hot glued it. And then I used some vintage bows in the middle and some greenery that I got out of a little arrangement that I had thrifted. So this is really a secondhand DIY wreath, but I really love how it looks. I love the colors, and I know that I use non-traditional colors, but that's just me. Okay, so lastly out here, this is a big planter that I had made last spring, I think. I have these trellises from Home Depot that I super love. I love how big they are, and I love the design of them. They're not super traditional. And then I added more greenery from the tree farm, and then just stuck in some sticks. These I bought at Target last year. It was a bundle of 3, I believe, and they were on super clearance after Christmas. And then I have a couple of birch logs that I pulled out of those same arrangements from Costco. So when you're looking at things that you have, if you buy an arrangement or something like that, scavenge out the pieces that you can reuse because they come in super handy. Then these trees, My friend Felicia made them and gifted them to me last year, so I just sort of stuck them in for some extra color. And then I have some larger, sort of Mercury looking Christmas balls tucked in there for some sparkle. So Jane asked if I could put some rocks in these to keep them in place. Yes, I have some bricks in there actually, but it's just not quite enough to keep them. We get crazy wind out here, and this is just like a wind tunnel. So if it hits just right, it tips them over. I'm hoping that these trees will act a little bit better since they're like anchored into a pot that's in there, but the rocks are a good idea. Definitely. Okay, I'm gonna make a run for the pots by our garage so that you can see the bigger ones, what they look like. And I'm kind of bummed because we haven't really had any moisture or anything, so the greens are definitely, this one in particular is drying out, but the other ones look good. So these are bigger crocks and then some bigger driftwood pieces, and then you can really see the red ones here that I painted. So I love the way they look. I love it, especially over here with our black door and the black light, and it just really fills in this space. I struggle with how big our house is on the outside. I feel like there's a lot of space to decorate, but I'm a little lazy for all of that. So these work out great. Okay. Woo, walking back. Now, I'm going to try to show you the flocking. I'm curious if any of you have ever done flocking before. Set up my tripod. Be patient. This is the first year that I have ever done it. So I'm not an expert on it by any means. And I don't really want to get it all over the cement, but I don't want to be out in the grass. So I'm just going to show you really quickly so you can get an idea of how it works. I also want to tell you that I ordered some flocking from Amazon before I really went out and even looked for it. And then I was at the thrift store and found like 5 cans for $1. Turns out you cannot return the flocking from Amazon because of it's like flammable or something like that. So I was stuck with really expensive flocking. So I used that, but all that to say, check the thrift store first in the Christmas section. They might have some flocking. So this is a really big can, and you just want to shake it really well. Oh, it's gonna go everywhere. So the flocking is kind of funny. It's like silly string almost. It doesn't like, I haven't noticed that it fully dries, especially because it's on outside things. And this is gonna spray kind of crazy. I don't even know if you can see it, but I just want to give this like a little bit of a snow-kissed look. Nothing major. And you don't have to worry about this. If it gets on you, it really brushes off really easily. The same thing, it'll just sweep up super easily as well. So it's easy to use when it's not raining and when it's not windy outside. And I don't even know if you can tell very well. But it's definitely giving this less of a fall look and more of a winter look. And this can is going to last forever if this is all I used it for. So the one thing you really want to do is shake it the whole time you're using it. It helps it to come out a lot better. The stray one in the back. I cannot imagine doing a whole tree with this and then having that mess to clean up. But I suppose if you put down like a tarp or something, it wouldn't be so bad. So, all right, I think that's enough for now. Try to move the camera so that you can see it a little bit better. But you can see it's just a little bit wider now, and this would not get snow or ice on it necessarily on our porch because it is up and covered a little bit. The next time it's not raining and not windy, I might come out and do a little bit more, but I love the way that it definitely took it from that fall look, that dried and brown, to a more wintry look. So hopefully you enjoyed this little porch tour. I will show you a final picture of it once I get back inside. I will post that into the comments, but let me know if you have any questions about what I posted, where I got something, how I did something. Porches are definitely something that are fun to decorate because it's a little bit outside of the norm, and you can use things that are not perfect because they're outside in the elements and they're going to get ruined anyway. One thing that is huge here is that we get a lot of sun, and so everything fades. So I have to be cognizant of that. If anything's out here, I have to know that it's going to be faded. So that's something that I always think about. But just my top tips for you for decorating outside is save whatever you can, scavenge things out of arrangements, use stuff from the curb, look at what you can cut down for grasses or greenery. We don't have any trees really, so I can't cut down evergreen stuff here, but check with your tree farm. A lot of places give it away. Ours charges for it, but it was only $9 for each of the big bundles, so that's not bad. And then linens are the other thing. I think that they really soften it and they just give it a more finished and polished look. But buy those at the thrift store. They don't have to be perfect. Several of the things that I use outside have holes in them. It doesn't matter. They're just folded over and not a big deal. Also, Dollar Tree is a great place to look for like the scarves that I use. They were only $1. And if you need several that are the same, the thrift store probably isn't the best place for that, but Dollar Tree is a great option. So Amy is asking, where did you get the plaid Merry & Bright pillow? Sorry if I missed. The Merry & Bright was from Aldi last year. So if you've never shopped at Aldi before, or if you've never looked at their home goods, they do get some really great stuff. And for $7, I was able to put it outside and not worry about it. And it's super cute and big and graphic. So are there any other questions? Thank you, Lori. I love the wreath too, and it was super easy to make. So I just encourage you, if you've never made a wreath before, that is definitely an option. I'll turn the camera around just in case you guys missed it. This is, again, more of the scarves from Dollar Tree. They are getting their use. Well worth the money, and it's just a really nice, soft. You could even buy this at the fabric store. This is the same fleece that you would make like blankets with. It's kind of thin, but if you had the patience to cut those out, you definitely could just go to the fabric store and buy the fleece that you like. So that's what those are. These are just some vintagey velvety bows, and then these, like I said, I pulled out of an arrangement that I thrifted. Amy, I will show you more up close of the pillow just so you can see it. I think this would be fairly easy to make. Even if you just found a buffalo check pillow, you could find these letters somewhere. But that's a pretty decent pillow, really, from Aldi. Who knew? And there's the back. So that concludes my porch tour. I need to clean up my flocking everywhere now, and I just really appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you interacting with me, and if you watch this in a replay, let me know if you have any questions. And I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Also, the 25 Days of Christmas event that I've been doing with Brooke from the Junk Parlor, Dory from Junkery Funkery, and Jessica from Serendipity and Vintage. They are all super talented, and I know Monday we are all going to be doing a room together, a Facebook room, so stay tuned for details. If you haven't marked yourself as going to the event, definitely do that and turn on the notifications for the events. Everyone is doing a live every day for 25 days. We've each been taking turns doing lives, so I've definitely seen some amazing projects, and I think that you would enjoy them. So I'm gonna go in and get warm because my nose is running and it's crazy cold outside. So have a really great Friday and a great weekend, guys, and thanks for watching.